Wow. What a game. What a game, an offensive explosion for the semifinals of fantasy playoffs, kicking it off. I was kind of worried about this game in the beginning. Like, man, Rams, Seahawks, two of the better defenses in the league. Like, are we going to see a situation where, a bunch of these guys that were starting, JSN, Cooper Cup, Kenneth Walker, Matt Stafford, are we going to get bad games from all these guys? And then, no, that did not happen. Obviously, you were starting all these guys, and holy crap, offensive explosion. Matt Stafford, 450 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kyron Williams was a disappointment compared to everyone else, but I mean, Kyron Williams still got you double-digit PPR points at the very least. He just didn't find the end zone, unfortunately. Puka Nacua, wow. I mean, Puka Nacua, man, 12 for 225 and 2 is absolutely insane from Puka Nacua. Colby Parkinson was probably the other guy that people were starting for the Rams pass catchers. Didn't really do much. Seahawks were awesome. I mean, Sam Darnold got it. He eventually had a good game. Kenneth Walker had a good game. Kenneth Walker with 160 total yards and a touchdown. JSN got that touchdown late. Didn't have a massive game, but I mean, he still had a really, really good game. He had 8 for 96 and a touch. Rashid Shaheed scored that touchdown. Hopefully you get points for that. And if you started him, just like an absolute classic game, really. I mean, that was an awesome game. Like, that is playoff football, and this was essentially a playoff game for the number one seed for the division, which is so, so, so important to be able to, mostly play at home. That's the biggest thing, like, is your ability to play at home. And I mean, Seahawks are in prime position now to do that. So pretty insane. Pretty insane what was happening in that game. It was just like, again, I was worried about it to start. I wasn't worried in the sense of like I was, again, I wasn't benching anyone from these players that are must starts. You're never benching Puka, Matthew Stafford's MVP caliber. You're not benching him. You're not benching JSN. But like I was like in the back of my head saying, what if these two defenses just like have a slugfest, a 14-10 type of game? And man, it was far, far, far from that. That was awesome. So literally said after this week's shenanigans, Puka better put up 40. Yeah. Yeah. And he did, man. He did just that. We play in one of the leagues we play in. It has insane scoring. I think Puka gave me, I have the Puka Stafford stack in that game. And I think Puka gave me over 70 points in that one. Yeah, 70.55. Stafford gave me 44, almost 45 points. I even started Shaheed because you get return yardage, and that paid off. I mean, his box score stats is 1 rush for 31 yards, 25 points because of all the return stuff. So I'm looking pretty good there. I faced Sam Darnold, who put up 29.5, which isn't, that's a good game for a quarterback, but that's not like crazy. I mean, you see what Stafford did. So insane. Scano. Pick 2, PPR. We got Hampton. We got Omarion Hampton, Mike Evans, George Pickens, and R.J. Harvey. Okay. You said PPR. Yes, you did. I'm probably going to go. So you're picking 2 here. I think I'm going to go. I think you kind of have to go Mike Evans. To me, I'm going to eliminate Omarion Hampton. I like the player. I think he's very, very talented. Feels like the Chargers are going to go a little bit of a split backfield to kind of finish off the year, just for multiple reasons. So to me, it's between Evans, Pickens, and Harvey, and I'll bring in some reinforcements to help me here. Pick 2 PPR, Evans, Pickens. I've eliminated Hampton from this group for me personally, but Evans, Pickens, and Harvey. I think I'm leaning Evans and maybe Harvey. I don't know.
I kind of like. Who do I like?
Chargers are tough against, just a tough defense in general. I mean, I think they're number one against receivers on the year, number two, actually, just behind Minnesota by less than half a point or whatever it is. Not even that. And they've been good recently too.
Yeah, I don't mind. So you're saying Evans and Harvey?
Yeah,
I like that.
I mean, it's between those. I'm taking out Hampton here, and it's between those three for me. Yeah, I think I go Evans and Harvey. I know Harvey was on the injury report, so watch for that. He might have gotten taken off, or he's been full participant, so he should be good to go. But yeah, what a game!
Yeah, it was a hell of a game, right down to the last second.
Yeah. Yep. Seahawks pulled it out. I mean, that it looked like it was looking like it was going to be a, all right, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna start this stream pretty early, and no, it's not what happened. So, just crazy, man. Puka Nacua is insane.
I missed the touchdown to tie. I saw the 2-point conversion, but I missed the actual touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it was to JSN there. I bet you Puka is going to be wide receiver 1 in Dynasty after this game. That's how close those three players are. Did you see what's up?
JSN got 2 touchdowns? No, just 1.
I think he just got 1. Yeah, he scored
the touchdown to tie for the game. I saw the Shaheed return for a touchdown, and then it was 22, and then I missed who got the touchdown for Seattle. Was it Barner, or was that earlier in the game?
For which touchdown? Sorry,
the last touchdown in regulation.
The last touchdown in regulation. Seems like forever ago.
Yeah, I know, right? That was the one where Charbonnet picked up the. Oh no, actually, Charbonnet picked up the 2-point on the Shaheed.
Last touchdown was
no. He picked up the one to tie.
It was it was to Barner, and then that was the Charbonnet thing.
Yeah,
and then they didn't score for a while. Like there was 1, 2, 3, 4. There was 7 possessions after the last score. 6 possessions. One of them was just the end of half, but what I was just saying, I think Puka's going to be wide receiver 1 in Dynasty after tonight's performance.
I don't know. What if Chase puts up 225 and 2?
Yeah, I mean, but we got
2.
No. We got like 3 days until that happens, so I mean that's like how close those 3 guys are, basically. Is it takes although looking at it, Puka is kind of like a decent amount in terms of the value behind, but yeah. Insane game. Never seen that 2-point conversion type of play happen like that. That was kind of crazy. It's amazing they didn't blow the whistle. Or maybe they did and they're lying. No, I mean, if they did, they would have, blown it dead. So, but yeah, I mean, basically everyone was, most of the main guys were awesome, or at least didn't kill you in this game. I was saying the only one really that I think people were starting was probably Colby Parkinson, and he ended up not cashing in. But, even Kyren got you double digits. That's not going to kill you. Kenneth Walker was awesome. 160 total yards with a touchdown for Walker. one touchdown, 3 catches. Charbonnet got a touchdown. I mean, Seahawks, good for them, good for them for winning that game. Good for Darnold for coming back in that game. Thoughts on the Texans backfield this week? Is Jawhar Jordan? I remember scouting him when he came out there. Was it 2 years ago now? He was 2024. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was 23 or 24. And yeah, I mean, he was an interesting player. Is he a league winner? I don't know. I mean, would I be shocked if we look back like weeks 15 to 17 and the top running backs in those 3 weeks and like Jawhar Jordan's like RB12? I mean, he already started off kind of that way. So what do you think about the Texans backfield? What's Woody Marks, who's just like always seems to be injured, doesn't miss a lot of games, but he's a DMP the first two games. So what are you thinking about Jawhar Jordan, who rushed for 100 yards last week?
Yeah, I think he'll be a good flex play. I mean, he gets the Raiders, right? So that's always a plus. And you think it's going to be a good game script for Houston? I think they were favored by 14 points or something like that.
Yeah, something crazy.
So
Raiders are so bad.
Yeah,
that's like a new low for them.
Yeah. So yeah, he could be really good as a flex play this week. Maybe low end number 2 if Marks actually misses.
Yeah, Nick Chubb, by the way, limited and full participant, so that could be a little bit of a I could easily see them handing the ball off to Chubb 20 times rather than Jawhar Jordan. So I think it's a risky play. I think
I forgot about Chubb coming back.
Yeah,
most likely.
So did I. Jordan got he got a bunch of carries last week, mostly because Chubb was also out too. So didn't really have anyone else on the roster. So I don't know. If Chubb plays, I think like he's a pretty risky play, to be honest. But definitely pick him up in Dynasty. I mean, I kind of missed that this week. I meant to pick him up, a lot of our leagues and just kind of missed it. So you never know with these guys, man. You never know. And yeah, Joe says the same thing. He's not trusting Jordan if Chubb plays. So McVay blew it. Yeah. I mean, what are you referring to and where he blew it?
Mevis blew it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what was that? A 41-yarder or something like that?
Yeah. I think it shouldn't even have gone to overtime.
Yeah, it shouldn't have. I don't know. Like Rams were right there. They could have easily won that game, obviously. So Seahawks played the Panthers and Niners to end the year. Rams play the Falcons and Cardinals. So it'll be interesting to see how that division and probably potentially the number 1 seed plays out. Who else is in contention there in the NFC for the number 1 seed? I guess the Bears are. They could be 1 game back after this week. So, yeah, that was a fun game. Sucks that one of those teams. It's going to be like the Vikings last year, who went 14-3 and had to go on the road and play the Rams or something because the Lions went 15-2 or whatever they went. So would the Rams have easily won if they had Adams? I don't know. I mean, they put up almost 40 points. I don't know how much more they could have put up. I mean, maybe. I think the big thing, yeah, I mean, possibly, right? Because they did get a couple drives there at the end of the game when, after they missed the field goal.
I mean, they started off with 2 field goals also, which could have been touchdowns.
Yeah.
I mean, you never know, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to say they were going to score much more than 37 points with or without with Adams. So I
Do you
don't know
think
if they
it'd
would have
be
easily won.
do you think it'd be super risky for if you score a touchdown first in overtime to go for two? I mean, the other team still needs to get a touchdown. But
Yeah,
obviously, then they have a way easier path to win.
yeah. I was actually thinking about that. Like, will teams like start doing that? But I don't think so because I don't know. I think you're willing to, like, if you miss the extra point, obviously, like, they still need to score the touchdown, but you basically lost if they do score the touchdown. Whereas, like, I just think there's more outs if you just kick the extra point because, like, all right, they could just kick the extra point, they could miss the extra point, they could miss literally the only way we lose is they have to, get the 2-pointer. I don't know. I doubt people would do that, to be honest. Maybe only if they get like a penalty or something where it moves it a yard closer or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're forcing the other team to go for two. They have to get it, and you get the ball back at least.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, still risky, obviously.
Well, sorry, you get the ball back for what?
Like if the other team goes down, scores a touchdown, and gets the 2-pointer, you still get the ball back because they just tied it.
Oh yeah. But if you miss the 2-pointer, right? You're
in trouble.
Then you just make it super easy for them. Puka is the best wide receiver since. I mean, there's an argument whether he's the best wide receiver in the NFL. Antonio Brown, assuming you think he is the best wide receiver in the NFL, is it like someone like Antonio Brown? I mean, he was pretty dominant.
Julio Jones.
Julio. Yeah. I mean, Julio was definitely up there. I just feel like, I don't know, man. Like, Puka's insane, like what he's doing. So, I mean, he's at, let's see, what did he get tonight? 225
and 2
yards. So he's at he's over 1,600 yards now. He's at just under 1,600 yards. And he missed a game, right?
He did miss one, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's played in now 14 games, and we're in week 16. So yeah. And they have, oh no, so he missed 2 then, right? There's only 2 more games.
No, bye week.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was looking at the number 13 on Pro Football Reference, and that got stuck in my head. But including this game, it'll be 14. So, and then 2 more games. Yeah, I mean, he's just behind JSN. JSN was averaging 110 receiving yards per game. Puka, by the way, has the most yards per game in a career, more than anyone in the history of the NFL. Obviously, it's only 3 years, so it's hard to judge it. But yeah, I mean, Puka's awesome, man. I mean, Tyler, yeah, you can make that argument if he's better than JSN or not. I don't know if like tonight was like proving it that he did. I think the Rams obviously did a good job at shutting. That's the problem with like what does Seattle have outside of JSN? Like to be a consistent receiving threat. It's kind of like JSN, and that I think that's what's like impressive about JSN. It's like he's really the guy, Like they have Shaheed, but like Shaheed, they put up almost 40 points, and Shaheed didn't even have a catch. His box score was 1 rush. I know he returned the punt and stuff, and he was part of that. But like in terms of like the offense, like whereas obviously Puka has Devontae Adams, but then even then, like the tight ends, if you can kind of combine the tight ends into one for the Rams, are like super productive this year and stuff like that. So I don't know. You can say that Puka's better than JSN. That's fine. I just don't know if like tonight's game was, pointing to that necessarily. Like JSN just put up 100 and a touchdown, scored the, basically the game winning touchdown in this game and stuff. And he basically did that in a half, Jason has Barner. Yeah. I mean, I'm not putting AJ Barner on Devontae Adams level or even like whatever the Rams 3 or 4 tight ends that they have. So again, like I'm not even arguing that he's not, that Puka's better or not better or whatever. I just think, better quarterback, better number 2 option. Like what JSN has been doing this year is pretty amazing. So what else we got here? By the way, you see how many points Puka put up in Marty's league? 70
no.
and a half.
Oh my God.
And I have the Stafford Puka stack. So I think I got 45
130.
Yeah, 140.
Jeez.
Well, that includes Shaheed with 26.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, 3 guys, 140. Yeah, 40, basically 45 from Stafford and 70 and a half from Puka. It's insane. So if Watson is out, do you like Reed or Godwin? I don't know if I can trust Jaden Reed, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was kind of initially when I first read that question, I started looking and I'm like, who do I like better? I guess we can look at Christian Watson or games he missed last year and what was Reed's snap share then. I feel like it's always just like all Packers guys are like 60% or something, except for Dobbs. I don't even know if that's true this year. I just haven't even been paying attention to him.
Yeah, Dobbs is playing like consistently. I think he's at like 80 on the year or something.
Yeah.
I mean, Jaden Reed. I mean, you talked about it either earlier in the week or last week that it's probably it's going to be Wicks that probably takes over the Watson role, and Jaden Reed's role probably won't change. Which he had a decent game, 5 for 55 last week. So, do we trust him more than
I might be Godwin? A little more interested in Jaden Reed if Watson and Jacobs miss because they do use him as a rusher as well. But I mean, Godwin's just out there all the time, even with Evans' return. He played 95% of the snaps last week. Godwin did. Like he's not doing a whole lot with it, but I don't know. Both divisional games that these teams really need to win. So I don't know.
Yeah, I probably just lean Godwin. I don't know. It's hard to trust Reed consistently. I mean, I guess maybe if you need some upside, you shoot for Reed. You played against Puka or something like or Stafford or Kenneth Walker or whatever. Maybe you shoot for a little bit more upside with Reed and hope he has a couple big a couple touchdowns or something like that. But Godwin's been pretty involved since coming back, which is good to see. So Evans is back, of course, but I think I lean Godwin, but I'm not super excited about either one of those guys, to be honest, to be starting at this point, but I get it. Sometimes you just gotta deal with it. Yeah, looks like Chubbs might play. He's a full participant today. Marks hasn't practiced, so Akshay says Dart, Burrow, Shuck, McCarthy, Loveland, Strange, Michael Wilson. Answer with or without Marv. Igbuka, Brees Hall, Estime, Emmanuel Wilson, and Jacob misses. So start one quarterback, one tight end, one flex. What quarterback are we starting?
I kind of want to just go right back to Burrow, even after last week's terrible game. Still put up 225, just couldn't get into the end zone, yeah. So, and they were trying, obviously. I think
Burrow.
it's Burrow.
Tight end, Loveland or Strange, I guess. This is the only two tight ends, unless I'm missing one. It's probably
Odunze and Burden are both out.
Yeah, I actually might go Loveland then.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go for Loveland there.
And then the flex is Michael Wilson without Marv. Yeah, I'd start him over all those guys. Now with Marv there, would I still start him? We still haven't seen that game, right? I mean, we haven't had a lot of opportunity since Michael Wilson's broken out. So it's always like, well,
just one. It's just that one game.
So it's always like, well, what's the reason why? Is it because of Marv or not because of Marv, or was Michael Wilson better? What is Marvin Harrison's status right now?
I thought he was practicing. Maybe not in full. Still questionable.
Limited again.
Yeah, still limited. Yeah, so I think Michael Wilson easy if Marv misses, if Marv plays and Jacobs is out, I think it's pretty easily Emmanuel Wilson. I don't want to start Breece Hall with who the hell's your quarterback? Max something? No.
Brady Cook.
Yeah, I'm not starting Breece Hall with him. Estime is a no-go because RJ Harvey's there, so I feel like that kind of just leaves.
No, Estime is on the Saints.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah, and Devin Neal's out. So Estime could get. I'm not starting Estime.
I was like, why did I think he was on deck last year?
Well, yeah, he was drafted there 2 years ago, or was it last year? So yeah, to me, it's between Michael Wilson, and Emmanuel Wilson. So that's your answer. Like now, if Marv plays and Jacobs plays, you're still going Michael Wilson. I think I would still go Michael Wilson.
I think I'll pivot and go to Ibuka.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with Michael Wilson for me. Yeah, I mean, he's just been a monster, Can't do it. Can't go away from it. What was the game without Mark? The 7 targets, 3 catches, 36 yards?
The one with Marv was 3 for 36.
Yeah, 7 targets though. I'm fine with that. How many passes did Brissett throw that game?
I'm gonna guess 45.
Close, 40. So I'm still okay with the 7 targets there. I mean, another question is like, how many did Marvin Harrison have that game? Looks like 7. He also had 7. So it's not like Marvin Harrison came back and had like 12.
It was in a half, though.
What was in a half?
Actually, I guess it was 61% of snaps. It was in the first half of the game. Marv went out early in the third, I think, in that game.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess that'd be interesting to look at Michael Wilson's target share after Marv went out versus before. I don't know how easy that is to look up.
Yeah, that's pretty easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He had 5 targets in the second half, 5 of his 7. So I don't know exactly when Harrison went out. Looks like one or 2 of those targets with Harrison. Looks like he had about 3 or 4 targets with Marv still there. Looks like Marv played pretty deep into the third quarter, because I see Marvin Harrison here with a catch, 3.5 minutes left in the third. So
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just think the sample size is too short. Like, and Brissett's throwing the ball 45 times a game, and I'm just gonna I don't know, like Ibuka. It's tough. It's tough with Ibuka. Like he's getting targets, but I don't know, something's not clicking there or whatever. But yeah, I don't mind if you want to pivot to Ibuka, but I'm gonna stick to Wilson. So the only way I'm going off of Wilson actually is if Marv's in and Jacobs is out. Any other situation for me, I'm Wilson. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I mean, you can look at like basically the rest of the year and last year, right? For what this, I mean, I guess you can't look at last year, but I mean, basically since week 6 is when Brissett took over, and he was already slinging it, and Michael Wilson was irrelevant until Marv left, which I guess is only 3 games. So we basically seen 4 games with Wilson and Brissett, Brissett and Marv in the game. Michael Wilson didn't do anything in all 4 games, essentially.
Yeah, but then you can also make the argument of like, well, when Wilson got unlocked and they're like, oh, maybe there's something here, and we have a 1-game sample size. So I don't know. I just think I'm fine if you want to go Ibuka. I'm going Wilson. And the only way I'm not going Wilson is if Marv is in and Jacobs is out. So, whereas Brian would pivot to Ibuka if Marv's playing and Jacobs is in. So, not trusting Jordan if Chubb plays. Yeah. Messed up and left Charbonnet on my bench. Yeah, I don't know if you messed up there. Like, it's hard to trust, I always see those comments and stuff like, oh, I should have played this guy. It's like, no, you shouldn't have. Like, yeah, in hindsight, you should have played Jawar Jordan, like, because he had 115 total yards or whatever. But it's like, no, you shouldn't have. That would have been the wrong choice. You just would have been lucky, I don't know if you should have played Charbonnet, to be honest.
No, yeah, definitely not. Not against the Rams, not in such a huge split. Like, I mean, you're just hoping for a touchdown, basically. So the process was correct. The results just didn't go in your favor.
Yeah, especially because, like, you're talking about Ibuka, BTJ. Like, I definitely would have started one of those guys over Charbonnet. So, and yeah, Charbonnet didn't have really a great game. Like, he had a fine game, but it was just a touchdown, Without that touchdown, I think he would have been okay not playing him. So, can't really predict that necessarily. He made a horrible play call and should have benched Corum after. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. It was like, that's why you need Kyren in with all my Kyren teams.
What the fuck was that? Like, they started the overtime drive with Corum.
Yeah.
It's like, really? Like, come on.
Strange. Yeah. I mean, I get not like necessarily benching the guy because he dropped the ball, it's gonna happen. But we're not twins. No, we're not.
No, one of us is much better looking.
Yeah.
So I've been told anyways.
One of us is an unk, and one of us is a what's the opposite of an unk?
I don't fucking know. 6'7".
6'7", yeah.
No,
we're not.
No.
We're 4 years apart or so.
Yeah, I'm like 4 years older than you.
Yeah.
I like Tromeforce's comment here next, where Parkinson was only 3.61 points below his projection. Yeah, and so I had this conversation with my coworker earlier because he was asking me, do I start Hunter Henry or Brenton Strange? Right. And I was like, okay, well, let's kind of like look at this, it's a half PPR league. So we're just kind of like, all right, touchdown upside is kind of what you want to lean towards. And then I was like, all right, why do you even have 2 tight ends if it's those 2 guys? Right. And so we looked at the waiver and Kobe Parkinson was there. And so I kind of just talked him through. I was like, all right, yeah, Seattle's really bad against tight ends. He's gotten a touchdown 5 out of the last 6 weeks or 4 out of the last 5. Adams is gone. The process was right. And I was like, well, he probably has the best touchdown upside out of these 3 guys. So, and if you don't get it, I mean, Brenton Strange and Hunter Henry can end up with the exact same box score anyway. So, again, kind of the Zach Charbonnet, the opposite of the Zach Charbonnet comment from earlier, right? It's like, the process kind of told you should probably start him, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah. And also, like, Parkinson, I know he had a big game last week, but he's actually been pretty good since week 7, tied in 9 in total points. It's not just kind of a 1 week fluke.
No, it's all touchdowns though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not exclusively, but essentially, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, if you're getting 3-4 catches, 30-40 yards with his touchdown upside, like, you're willing to roll the dice with him.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's like, who else?
Yeah. I mean, I started him in our home redraft, over Juwan Johnson. So,
yeah.
up?
I was just gonna say, you got to go back up to Joe's comment, because like he asked us if he should flex Ibuka over Pittman and BTJ.
I'm definitely doing it over Pittman. Brian Thomas or Ibuka. I think I go Brian Thomas. He's playing Denver. I'll go Ibuka.
I would agree. Just because of the matchup, that's kind of like, you can kind of go either way on it in a neutral matchup, I would say.
Yeah.
But I'll go Ibuka.
Yeah.
Either one of them, you're probably going to be sad if you don't get the touchdown.
Yeah. It's good to see BTJ. Last couple of weeks, he's looked better. So, but yeah, not the end of the world there. McVay wanted Stafford to throw to his center on the 1 yard line. Yeah, there's always some some weird play calls. You're just like, why are you doing this? Just like throw the ball to Puka Nacua, or hand the ball to Kyron and stuff.
Yeah.
Just weird ones there. Who should I play at flex? McLaurin, Devonta Smith, Gainwell, Warren, Debo, Emmanuel Wilson. If Jacobs misses, only one of these guys, Trone.
Yeah, must be a pretty good team. God, is it Gainwell? Like, he's just been killing it. Like, it seems like he's kind of taken Jaylen Warren's catches a little bit there. Using him in, I know Warren was sick last week, but
he was pretty sick too. I mean, he still got a lot of work though. I saw his post game presser. It looked like he was falling asleep or something. Like he definitely was sick, but he still got good work. So it's not really the excuse necessarily. Maybe Gainwell got a little I noticed Warren, I feel like, didn't get much work in the beginning of the second half. It was not until late in the third or something. So maybe there was something pumping him with fluids or something. They are playing Detroit though, and that I know they gave up a decent amount of points to whoever they played last week. But Detroit is the top team against running backs on the year, I believe, or one of the top teams. Why you're leaning? What's up?
I don't know. I mean, it might just be. I mean, Emmanuel Wilson, if Jacob misses, I think I might just go that way. Honestly, I feel like this is definitely, like you've been saying the last few weeks, it's this seems like you're set up to make the wrong choice. I'll go Emmanuel Wilson if Jacobs misses, and I think I'm just gonna start Gainwell.
Yeah, I think I go McLaurin still. I don't necessarily worry too much about Mariota. I think he's a good enough quarterback. Who are they playing?
Philly.
Playing Philly. Yeah, that's fine. Philly's defense isn't really one to be afraid of here. Bears defense pretty good against running backs, by the way. Didn't really realize that on the year, like top 5. Okay, Eagles a little bit better against receivers than I thought, but yeah, I think I still go McLaurin. Doesn't McLaurin like destroy the Eagles? Is that the team he destroys, or is it the Giants? Might be the Giants. I feel like there's one team where he just like destroys them. I think I can find this.
Not last year.
No, it is the. So against the Eagles in 12 games, he has 12 career games against the Eagles. It's 64 catches, 917 yards, and 5 touchdowns. So, and he's basically about the same against the Giants. So both the Eagles and Giants, he has pretty good games against. I don't know if that means anything, but
75 yards and 3/4 of a touchdown.
Yeah, I think I like McLaurin if Jacobs plays. If Jacobs is out, I'm fine going to Wilson. So I think Gainwell's a good option too. But yeah, I mean, even Devonta Smith, like if the Eagles are really figuring things out, but no, I think I go McLaurin over Devonta Smith. Need some upside after the Parkinson performance. Start 2 Evans. Well, I mean, if Marv is out, Wilson's probably number 1 there. I think it's the first 2 if Marv is out for me. Evans and Wilson.
You're gonna start Metcalf over Wilson if Harrison's there.
Yeah, probably would. I'm fine pivoting there.
I think that's where I'm leaning. Tetaroa hasn't been playing super well the last couple of games. Got saved by touchdowns, for right before the bye in a couple of games, but apparently Jalen Coker is better. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Coker's projected for like 12 points or something in I think our home league.
Bullshit. No, that's what we said last week, and then he actually had a good enough game. I mean, 4 for 60 and a touchdown. So you're happy with that if you actually started him at desperation.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the first 2 if Marv is out. If Marv plays, it's Metcalf. Like, I know I was just talking about like talking up Wilson and stuff like that, but it's much different when you're talking about like guys like even Tetaroa as well. Tetaroa, Metcalf versus like Ibuka at this point in the year, So I definitely pivot to one of those 2. To me, it would be Metcalf. Puka missed the game too. Yeah, we talked about that. Puka is the best wide receiver since last week. JSN still better, more efficient with the worst quarterback. Yeah, and again, like I always feel weird like comparing because I feel like it downplays. I don't know. That's not what like anyone's necessarily trying to do, but like when we compare like this top best wide receiver is better than this best wide, it's just like it feels like you're kind of like downplaying how good one of them is. Whoever it is that you don't choose. And by the way, like Jamar Chase is still in the league. I mean, even guys like CD Lamb and Jefferson and stuff like that, like. This year, sure, like Puka and JSN have been amazing, so I don't know how you pick between them, to be honest, but I'm curious about this. What was, I'm not going to skip over everyone's comments, but what was Puka's antics? What was going on there? I know he had he had to apologize for his celebration last week.
I don't know. I did see a sleeper report about him right before I jumped on, but I didn't watch it.
What did it say?
I
didn't get that one. Okay. You don't have to do that. I'm just curious. I'm sure I can search it and find it, or Dakota will tell us here.
I guess he said something to the refs. It says Puka Nacua with a message to the refs 7 minutes after the game. I didn't actually watch it.
Wonder what he said. Was there a play that he was?
Well, I mean, there was a little back and forth between him and one of the Seahawks defenders.
Yeah.
Where he was kind of like, they were definitely having some words, and there was a timeout called, so there was like no real extracurricular activity, I guess. That's what Dad would say.
Yeah, I saw this one. That was like last week. And he had to apologize for that. Puka said that the refs,
Anti-Semitic touchdown dance.
yeah, it was like the streamer who is Jewish, I believe, like told him to do something. I guess Puka didn't realize it was bad or something. So I don't know. You can argue.
What the hell's an anti-Semitic dance?
It was. I think it was like something with like a dreidel and like spinning a dreidel and then like doing like a. I think like there's like a meme where like obviously like Jewish people and money is like a stereotype, and so it had something to do with like being like greedy with money or something. I could be butchering that, but I don't know. It's one of those like it's up for like not to get too far into it. Really, like it wasn't anything like he wasn't like Heil Hitler or anything, but thank God. But
that's what I was thinking. I was like, how do you do an anti-Semitic dance? But I don't know. I'm not that creative. I'm not much of a dancer, so.
Yeah. So yeah, he's talking about the refs making bad calls. Made a comment about refs. What is that, Tyler?
Refs scaring players.
Scaring players.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is what it was. Put your hands together and make a money sign with both hands together. Like, I don't know. So I guess there's, I think there's like memes out in the world where that's like, stereotyping Jewish people and stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, it seemed like Puka didn't know kind of what he was doing necessarily, but maybe he did and he's just lying. I don't know. Who knows? But,
well, if I did that knowingly and got called out on it, I would definitely lie about it, but I wouldn't be in that situation.
Yeah. It always makes you wonder what goes through these guys' heads sometimes. Like, but
I mean, they do get hit in the head
like,
for a living, so
yeah, and they're young too. They seem older, like or something, but it's like a lot of these guys are like 22 years old or something. Puka's probably like what 25, 24.
Well, were you a lot more anti-Semitic when you were 22? Is that what you're saying?
No, but maybe you don't. I don't know. You don't think clearly. It's not even like the anti-Semitic stuff. It's just like some of the stuff they do off the field is just like, what are you doing? Like you have everything.
We were all idiots once.
Yeah.
Some of us still.
But let's get to these other ones. Would you drop Corum for Emmanuel Wilson just in case? Well, I mean, I guess if you can drop Corum now, right?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Since Corum already played. Yeah.
You're only playing for this week, essentially, right? I mean, like, obviously, like, you hope you're playing for next week also, but you kind of got to do what you got to do now to make it to next week. So, yeah, why the hell not?
And, if you weren't starting Corum, the main reason you're holding him is like if Kyron gets hurt, and now you're going into the fantasy championship where Kyron's not hurt. So, you're not going to start Corum most likely. So, yeah, I guess a lot of people play in these. Like, I didn't really know about this league until you were in a league like that where you can drop bench players even if they play. But I think a lot of people play in leagues like that.
That was 2 years ago. I abused the shit out of that once I realized you could do that.
Yeah. I never played in a league like that. Yeah, it looks like he's probably going to be, I'm sure we'll either find out. Packers play Saturday, so you should be good to know what's going on there, unless you're starting someone in the earlier Saturday game. But I don't know. I'd be a little bit surprised if he played, to be honest. But maybe. But yeah, it doesn't look like any news. Nothing outside of like we don't really know if he's going to play. So he's fighting to play versus the Bears. Estime, Gadsden, Ibuka, or Terry at flex this week. I think I go Scary Terry for me. I mean, it's between the last two.
Yeah. for sure.
But I think I like Scary Terry, but I don't mind Ibuka either. Which side do you on there?
I don't know. I don't really have a strong lean. I think it's almost touchdown or bust, but Terry could get more involved. Like we've seen him in the past, like just one down game. I mean, it wasn't even that down of a game. It was still 3 for 69 and a touchdown. You just wish the targets were a little higher.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the Philly could put up some points and they might have to throw a little more to catch up. There was only 19 pass attempts last week by Mariota. So yeah, I don't mind McLaurin, I guess, over Ibuka.
Yeah. Imagine if Puka gets suspended for a game or something for the fantasy championship. That'd be terrible.
I'd be cool with that. Actually, no,
Yeah.
not really. I was wondering if you were going to ask me, hey, what do you think that you had to go against JSN and Puka in our home dynasty league? And honestly, I'm in so many leagues where it just doesn't even matter anymore because it's I have Puka in these two and I played against him in this one and every other combination possible. So,
well, plus you had Stafford, so you kind of
Stafford definitely helped.
Points.
We're at a 50-50 split. Plus, it's 2 weeks, so I hope those two guys don't get 320 yards again next week and 3 touchdowns between both of them.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they do, but I hope they do it in JSN does it, the big one. So, Emmanuel Wilson or Carter from the Cardinals.
I mean, that's pretty easy. I mean, well, I'm assuming you have both of them, or is this a pick up these guys question?
Yeah, I think he has them.
I mean, if you have them, it's pretty easy. If Jacobs misses, then play Wilson, and if not, play Carter.
Yep. Loveland or Schultz. Loveland has a lot more upside. Schultz has been really good though this year and has a good matchup. I feel like a lot of people don't realize how good Schultz has been this year, including myself.
Yeah, I mean, tight end 10 on the year and half PPR with only 2 touchdowns. So 70 catches. Geez, I didn't realize it was that many. 70 catches for 650.
Yeah. I mean, he's on pace for 85 catches, 800 yards. Yeah, it's just the touchdowns are lacking. Last week, 9 targets, 8 catches, 76 yards. Loveland has more upside with those, Dunze and Burden out. I don't mind Schultz either, though. If you just, you need a little bit of floor or whatever.
If it's PPR, I will go Schultz.
Yeah,
I think that's a good half, and non-PPR, I'll go Loveland.
Was it Loveland's big game? I know one of those, it was a 50-yard touchdown catch or something. Just trying to remember if a Dunze, DJ Moore played, Cole Kmet. I think it was just coming back from injury. Yeah, I mean, I think Loveland has more upside. I don't mind Schultz either. Yeah, if you want to do Schultz in PPR, that's good. I'd probably go Loveland both, though. Just for upside. If you played Puka, if you have Puka or something, and it's okay, I just need everyone to hit their projections, then I think I'm just going to go Schultz, and he could be better than Loveland too. So.
Do you ever talk to someone about fantasy football who seems mildly interested because we do this podcast? And so you start talking to them and you say shit like PPR, and then you realize oh, they don't know what the hell I'm saying. I have to explain this.
I used to get that a lot when I worked at the restaurant of just when someone said oh yeah, I like football, and then I would start or I'm a Chargers fan, and I'd talk about the backup right guard or something, and they're just what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
So kind of the same thing.
Their eyes just glaze over.
Yeah, I'm just, and they're trying to be nice about it and be yeah, yeah, or maybe they, so
give me my fucking pasta,
right? Yeah, for sure. PPR, what? It is funny when it's if you never played fantasy and you just listen to people talk about it, you're just what the hell are you guys talking about? tight end premium and super flex and PPR.
Well, we might have one of those on the stream right now.
Oh, really? Wandale, ETN, or Cortland Sutton at flex. I feel like I want to go ETN. I almost said Sutton. No bit, no what's his face? Bashal Tootin. It is a tough matchup though.
I think I'm just gonna go back to Sutton. Not like that was away from him, but it seems like he's kind of reclaimed his throne as the number one wide receiver on his own team, which is always good to be that.
Is that mostly because of matchup for ETN, or?
That's part of it. It's part of it because my initial lean was ETN. It's not because of his he had a slightly down game production wise in the run game last week, but I mean 3 catches for 3 touchdowns will definitely make you feel good.
Yeah, ETN's been really good this year, and yeah, no Tootin. Let's see where if his I don't know when Tootin went out exactly, but tough to say. They were blowing him out, so tough to say if ETN played more. And again, I think Tootin. I think Tootin went out pretty late in the game or the second half. So I'd probably still go ETN. My second would be Sutton. If you're worried about that matchup. So yeah. What has Sutton been doing? I know he caught a touchdown. He had a pretty good game last week. I mean, he's been good basically 4 straight weeks, especially if he catches a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
No, that's it. Just Sutton.
ETN for me. Best receiver. You're going all the way back. Drew Pearson.
Yeah, I had to look these guys up.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see these guys play. I mean, I've seen highlights and stuff like that. I'm going to say Lynn Swan.
Let's see. Which guy's number do I like better? Oh, shit. Were they both 88? That doesn't help.
They both were 88. Lynn Swan was a 4-time Super Bowl champion and a Super Bowl MVP. Pearson was a 1-time Super Bowl champion. Honestly, though, I can't give you Kelvin. I didn't watch these guys. Is that okay? Just read that last comment that came in. Leveling the Schultz, we did that one. Tyrone Tracy, Adam Jones, or Gainwell.
I'm reading it too.
By the way, yeah. By the way, I just saw his name too. I mean, Adam Jones, like the cornerback from the 2000s, or Aaron Jones.
Yeah, it's got to be Aaron Jones.
Okay. No, I honestly didn't know who it was there for a second. Probably Gainwell. Oh man, Tracy's been good too.
Yeah, Tracy has been good. Aaron Jones getting a little bit harder to trust. Does he say PPR or anything? He doesn't. I think I'm just gonna go Gainwell. I know that's gonna totally bite me in the ass. Really, Kenneth Gainwell? But he's been good. He's been good. He looked really good last week too. Is it just recency bias?
No, he's definitely looked good. I guess my only fear, he's going to give you a pretty good floor. Gainwell, and obviously he has some upside there. I think I might actually just go Tracy. It is a tough matchup though against the Vikings. I think Vikings against running backs though aren't terrible. So I think I'm going to go Tracy.
I'm going to go Gainwell on the field more against Detroit because they're trying to catch up, and he's going to get another 7 catches.
Tyler, I don't know if you saw. We'll go back to this because he just posted it again. We basically said Loveland here for upside. Brian's good with Schultz and PPR. I think Schultz is a good, better floor play. He says he's up 40 thanks to Kyron and Stafford. So I might lean Schultz there, depending on what my opponent looks like. It's close. I think Loveland has more upside, but I do think Schultz has a better floor and also has some upside himself. So then we'll get to that other one here. We're going to fly through these. I didn't realize we're already at an hour. And it's midnight here. So we did that one. Dowdle, Tet, Michael Carter, Godwin, half PPR. Are we trusting Rico Dowdle again, or
I kind of want to go back to him, honestly.
Yeah, he still had 17 touches. We're only flexing one of these guys. Half PPR. Yeah, I think I go. I'm going to go Dowdle. I'm going to go Dowdle there. Dowdle, yeah. And then I think I would go Tetaroa. And would be my second. So starters are Bo Nix, Dart, Nico Olave, CMC. Okay. That was the team where you're like, damn, you have to only start one of those guys. So he does have a good team there.
Yeah.
Good team. We did all that. Loveland or Schultz, we answered. Went against JSN, started Kyron, but benched Stafford for Purdy. Ouch. Might be cooked, fellas. You never know, man. You just need one of your guys to go off and one of them to bust. I've felt like that numerous times. It helps if you have deeper rosters, but even with shallower rosters, you just never know. Tough to bench Stafford, though. I kind of get why you pivoted because the Seahawks and all of that, but sometimes, what's the saying? You bring the person you went to the dance with or whatever.
Dance with the one who brought you there.
Yeah. Dance with the one who brought you there. But, you look at consensus rankings. People had Stafford down at QB 17, the consensus ranking. So, yeah.
I started him everywhere I had him, which isn't – I think it was two.
Mm-hmm.
Two places.
Yeah, I only had him in one.
Did you start him?
There was a I stacked him with Puka in Marty's league. Okay, we got to that. Oh, I guess we didn't really have that many. Caleb Williams and Dart. I get why you're torn there, but Dart gets Minnesota. I think I heard somewhere that they're actually pretty good against rushing quarterbacks as well. I don't know exactly how many they played.
Well, they're good against quarterbacks in general, right? Obviously, Dak, like you pointed out, Dak just threw for almost 400 against them. No, sorry, almost 300. Scratch that. But he was the first. He was the first quarterback to go over the low 200s in a long time.
I think I went back and looked. It was October 15th or something.
Yeah, and it's been a while since they let up a passing touchdown, I believe. So
yeah,
and they played some pretty good quarterbacks, not necessarily super crazy ones, but I don't know, good enough to where you would think they got a touchdown.
Yeah, the counter to it is Dart can get a lot of production on the ground. I'm trying to see if they've played rushing quarterbacks really, but I thought I heard a stat about something with them and not allowing a lot of rushing yards to quarterbacks. So Caleb had 26 yards. I'm going Caleb. Packers defense without Micah Parsons can still be good, but it's definitely not as scary.
That's right.
So,
Micah's out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. And and he just threw for 186 and 2. There was a pick in there. Against Green Bay 2 weeks ago. So
yeah. Some type of news breaks on Jacobs prior to the inactive players being announced. McLaurin and Devontae play Saturday at 4 p.m. Okay. I could wait and play Gainwell if Jacob plays. I mean, I don't think Gainwell's a terrible pivot there. Like, it would make me comfortable holding out for Jacobs, knowing that,
Yeah.
like, okay, I
And
just
then-
pivot to Gainwell.
Yeah, for sure. You got a good pivot.
Last two here, Bo Nix or Dart. It's Nix.
Yep.
It is Nix. Eagles defense, Vikings or Broncos this week. Eagles versus or at Washington. Vikings are at New York Giants, and then Denver is playing home against Jacksonville. What's the worst team? I kind of want to lean Minnesota.
That was kind of my initial lean. They were bad last week against Dallas in kind of like a standard scoring format, which there is none for defense anyways. But yeah, I think I just want to go Minnesota.
But
been throwing many picks? No, not at all, actually.
I will say this though. I assume you're not holding on to three defenses, or maybe you are right now, and you're going to be dropping them though. If that's the case, I'm just going to play the Broncos because they get the Chiefs in the championship. And I think they're the best defense in that list. So, and I'm going to play them. By the way, Eagles get the Bills in week 17 and the Vikings get the Lions. So if that's the case, I'm just going to roll with the Broncos.
That's a good point.
But if you are going to hold all three, I would probably play the Vikings. Is that right? Do I play the Vikings? I don't know. Yeah, I probably do, but only if you're holding on all of those. How did we lose to Sam Darnold? Yeah, I mean, Rams had his number there.
Puka's on the stream.
What?
I said Puka's on the stream. He's at Dario97.
That's Puka?
Yeah, it's got to be Puka. He said, how we lose to Sam Darnold. Because he's stupid. And now I'm just insulting Puka Nacua for no reason.
Oh, also his brother stole a car from like a Lakers player or something weird.
Oh, that was his brother? I did see that.
Yeah.
I didn't know why. I didn't know why that was a thing like that popped up in my feed. I guess I should have read the guy's name.
Yeah, he plays somewhere, some college, I believe. That was just weird. Like, wait, why? Why are you doing that? Like, I don't know. Yeah, that's tough. Rams had his number, Sam Darnold, basically for 2.5 games, and then Darnold looked awesome, man. But anyways, we're taking off. It's late here. Appreciate everyone. We'll be back Saturday morning. Glad to see we got a lot of people still joining us, even though we're into the semifinals. So hopefully you guys get it. We got 2 games on Saturday. This was the last standalone Thursday night game. We got obviously Christmas games, but there's 3 of them. So this was the last standalone one. And then we'll be live Saturday before the games. I think they don't start till like 2 or something Pacific time. So, but yeah, see you later and good luck.